morning, boys and girls.
Thank you for the best summer of my short life.
And welcome to the 1954 to 55 school year.
Olivia, saved you a seat on my lap.
What was that whole experience like of being on set for the first time and navigating everything, including the dance numbers and singing and
Well, at first it was very overwhelming. The schedule's a little chaotic. We're all trying to get our bearings a little bit. We got the choreography team and the songwriting team trying to get us in the studio, but we're also trying to run scenes and film scenes as well. But once we understood the process and got a roll going, we were just unstoppable, and we got it done. And every number is just amazing, and it keeps topping itself. And I feel crazy because I'm such a fan of our show in an unbiased way. So I don't want to be freaking out alone anymore. I want to freak out with the rest of the world.
Exactly. Like stepping back to the 1950s and becoming part of this whole universe.
So being a part of the Grease world is so iconic, and that is like, I feel like best encapsulated in like the makeup and the hair and the outfits that we're wearing. And for Susan, that was super, super important because how Susan presents herself is very much like a part of who she is as a human being. So I spent so many hours with our costume designer, Sam Hawkins, building these beautiful, beautiful gowns for Susan. A lot of times they were hand custom built for me. And then I think I spent the most time in the hair and makeup trailer, 2 hours every morning. So it took a lot to transform into Susan, but I'm like a huge Marvelous Mrs. Maisel fan. So it was like I was living my dream every day. And I love the 50s era and the fashion and the clothes and everything. So it was a blast.
It was like summer camp shooting this show, honestly. I mean, we're all around the same age. We were all up in Vancouver shooting it. And because of COVID, we kind of had to be in a bubble. But it was great in the fact, I guess the silver lining of it was that we really got to bond with one another. And now I have some of my best friends from this cast, which is super special. And I'm just super excited for a new generation to be introduced to Grease. I can't wait for older generations who know it already to have a continuation of the franchise. It's an honor to be a part of it.
Tell us what it was like when you found out who you were playing and who you...
So it is a spoiler, but I definitely think that taking on this role was very, very, at first it was nerve-wracking because it's such an iconic role to play, and I was like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna do this? But I think that watching the movie multiple times, I realized that I actually connected a lot with the character, and so I could find little pieces of me to bring into the character, but also little pieces of the original character that resonated with me. So I think it was quite easy to do, and then I eventually became the character. So it was so fun to be able to do, and obviously all of that pressure was lifted off my shoulders once I realized, oh my gosh, this is my energy. She's me. So
and your voice.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Thank you. No, thank you. The original story was I wasn't supposed to do the voice, but I guess I realized I was like, oh, I actually can do it, so maybe I will. So I'm gonna put it in. So it was so fun. So yeah.
It was definitely challenging when improving what to say, because sometimes you forget that it's in the 50s. But it was amazing seeing all the sets, and all the costumes were incredible, and the dance numbers are incredible, and I'm just really excited for everyone to see.
Oh my gosh, I mean, it was insane. I grew up feeling like this would never happen. You know, you dream about these things, but you feel like it's not going to come true. I mean, I'm on a pink carpet right now. What is this? I'm a pink lady. Growing up watching films like this and going to the theater and seeing shows where you feel like you could never be that character is just insane to feel like now you are. I never thought that I could be a pink lady, and the fact that we're here and I'm not a stereotype and we're telling real stories about people is just, it's so special, and it's such a huge responsibility, but I also feel so grateful and honored to be a part of it. Yeah.
We promised Roy and Bill we'd eat lunch with them today.
To end the divisions among us.
I want to be a T-Bird. I love it because I feel like in the pilot episode, which I've seen, she starts off wanting to be part of the T-Birds, but then it's nah. So what was that like to kind of navigate both the T-Birds and then the beginning of the Pink Ladies?
Yeah, I mean, I experienced the same thing in my life where I never really quite fit in with the boys, never really felt quite like a girl, and that's because I'm non-binary. And for Cynthia, it's the expectation of the T-Birds think it's hilarious. They think it's laughable that she'd want to be a T-Bird. I wanted to be a T-Bird as a kid. I know a lot of young people wanted to be T-Birds and Pink Ladies as a kid. And so to be able to share that exploration and find where she really belonged with people who really accepted her for who she was is really special.
Maybe sometimes you gotta be bad to do good.